going, just in case. I did pass a rule this morning, no throwing at the coaches. So.
What about civilians? Are we?
Your game. Yeah, be careful out there.
Did you get a final word of who is available or not available?
Yeah, I know pretty much, but I'm not going to tell you yet.
How Cooks look out there for you?
Good. That's good. And I thought he had a good entry back into it. He looks real good. So hopefully he just keeps getting that one.
Going a little slow with him for now, just trying to.
Yeah, those aren't my decisions. That's the plan with the trainer and doctor. So, probably a good idea.
Any update on the suspended guys? Any changes?
No, nothing changed yet, John. We're just gonna. I still am trying to gather information, maybe getting some more coming about it all, but right now it's status quo.
In the latter half of this week's worth of practice prior to going into Texas, what are you going to be focusing on the most?
You know what? We've just kind of divided the days into just different situations. Yesterday was a lot of 1st and 10 normal stuff, and then today was mostly 3rd down stuff, and tomorrow will be mostly red zone stuff, and then we'll give the varsity the Thursday off, and then Friday and Saturday it'll kind of be a mixture of all that stuff together.
On that Thursday, what's the practice going to be like for those young guys on Thursday?
Just what you've been watching, except there'll be some individual period, probably some one-on-one, and then pass skeleton and team.
Like talking to some of the players, when I asked, what's your first image of Texas football, they say Vince Young.
Yeah.
For you probably have some other
Earl
names
Campbell, yeah. Actually, Roosevelt Leaks was a running back when we played him in the Cotton Bowl, I guess. And one of my best friends is Bill Bradley, who's a favorite Texas football player down there from Palestine, Texas. And he's a good friend, and I coached with him for a while. So a lot of great history. I think my favorite Texas football players are the Rogers brothers.
Mike, at the beginning of the year, you talked about wanting 1,800 yards out of the backfield. Now they're just over 1,500. Another game left, but have they taken the step that you would hope?
Yeah, we are a better running team for sure. Probably a good reason. One of the reasons why we're a better team for sure, and we're not as good as we want to be, but we're hopefully heading that way. And we made good strides. We had a more consistent running game than we did for the last couple of years, really. And so I'm excited about where we can still go. Like I said, we can't necessarily just go control a game the way we run the ball, but we're better.
What do you think of the dynamic between Storm and Teron, the way Teron has kind of stepped up and really produced from the midpoint of the season?
I'm good with it all. What players find as they go is they might experience some frustration with not playing or whatever, which is very natural. But what they will eventually find is that good players play, and so they find their way in, and when they get a chance, they're ready for it and take advantage of it. And those guys that get disappointed and pout and cry about it, when they get their chance, they normally aren't ready and they don't ever play again. So Teron Ward just kept working, and when he got his chance, he made it happen, and he's found himself with more and more playing time.
Teron said that the increased production from last year to this year is just the whole unit having a year of maturation under the belt. Do you feel like that's it? And then, as far as next year,
I think it should all be better and better, because if guys take the advantage of experience and physical development, hard work, then they can get better yet. And that's what this group has done from last year, and it's probably a very simple formula that's hard to do, which is work hard.
Sorry. Storm's talked about, as good as the years he's had, is what he hasn't done as well. He thinks he needs a lot of improvement. Is that what you see in him too, and do you like hearing that kind of?
Well, I think that's way, because it never quite goes that you just stay the same. You either go one way or the other, and so after we get done with this game and give them a little time off, then we'll see who's ready to take the next step. and it's easy to really see because you notice the guys that are working hard and getting ready for spring practice and have great intentions. So, but that's a next topic. What we want to do is win this game, and so that's kind of what we're after.
What are the keys to running the ball successfully against a team like Texas with so far in the hill?
Well, staying on blocks they're very, very athletic, very good, and so there's a very simple formula about running the ball, and that's if you're blocking a guy, then you have to try to get the ball past your block, so you maintain that block long enough for the ball to come by you, and that's what they call finishing. So if you can finish a block and stay on the right guy, first of all, that's probably the number one thing is get on the right guy, and then stay on him and finish him as the ball can get by you, then you got a chance to run the ball. And the biggest factor is against these guys is, they're good. They're big, good, fast athletes. So staying on a block long enough to get the ball past your block that's where the one-on-one big battles come. And that's why they say that football eventually comes down to a one-on-one contest. There's 11 of them going on each play, and that's how you run the ball.
Coach, on the flip side too, you look at Texas, the state and the university, but the Longhorns known for putting out good running backs, i.e. Ricky Williams. So
yeah.
Your defense going into that Texas game, how confident are you right now?
Well, I have a lot of confidence in our defense, but I know the challenge that we're up against. You're going to see a physical offensive line, good blockers, and great runners. These are talented players, so it's another big chore. We've seen a lot of great backs this year, starting with the very first one, Monte Ball. So, it's just, and they have more than one of them. So that's the kind of player we're going to see.